Are you ready to listen to a podcast?
Here comes the Playhouse Podcast, thanks to Bradshaw and Bryan Law Offices.
Find, subscribe, and listen.
Yeah, this morning we were asking some very intellectual questions, like if you could have fluid come out of all 5 of your fingers on your right hand, and they could all be like different and unlimited, what would you have? Kat's very gross answer coming up a little bit later on as we get the podcast started now.
Can you help me? Can you help me? Can you help me? Everybody!
OPP is kind of an open forum for your issues. It means other people's problems. You got something going on in your life, hit us up. We'll bring it to the radio. We'll see what everybody else thinks. We welcome Sydney to the show, and we know a little bit about this. What's going on?
So my husband has had this streak recently where he's been buying me gifts, which is very nice and all, but he got me these earrings. He knows and has always known I do not wear jewelry at all. I don't wear a watch, nothing. And he got me these enormous, heavy earrings, and he is insisting that I wear them to work. And he is constantly they look so good on you, but they're dragging my earlobe down and getting caught in my hair. I cannot. It's driving me crazy.
Why would he get you jewelry if you're not a jewelry person? Don't you know?
I know.
Yeah, that's weird to me.
And clothes. He got me these shirts, a couple of shirts for work, which I was this is very, very sweet, but it's not my style.
I can't hear much more of this, to be honest with you. I appreciate you calling, but this is absolutely insane that you're bitching about somebody getting you something nice.
You know what? I'm going to go even a little bit further than that and say maybe he is thinking that he wants to make you into something that you're not.
My God.
Maybe he sees somebody at his job.
You both left the reservation. You're completely off the wall.
That dresses like that, wears...
This is strange, I have to say. Out of nowhere. Yeah. He never bought me stuff like this before.
What's next? Edible panties.
Oh, what's next? Something else really nice? Oh, my God. I'd hate for you to have to give me things.
Listen, the thought, it was nice, right? That he wanted to get you a gift. But get the right thing. What are you into? Are you into spa days? He should have gotten you a massage or something.
Yeah, it makes me feel like he doesn't even care if I like it or not. It's he likes it, and that's freaking me out.
He should be getting an attorney.
It might be Jen on the line. I just love what she wrote because this is kind of the route I would go. 1-888.
Yeah, okay. Hi, Jen. How are you?
I'm good. How are you guys?
Good. Kat wanted to make sure we got you on the show. What are your thoughts on this?
JJ, you know that men are simple creatures, and they have ulterior motives just like women do.
No, why?
If my husband gave me a Caribou gift card when he knows that I'm diehard Starbucks, I would be so mad.
You guys are killing me today. You got
was a little petty, girl. I love it, though.
Every single one of you that is not grateful for just getting something is driving me to an early grave.
I'm a bucks over boo. I think we should do little test. We should call Derek and see if he knows what kind of coffee place I would choose.
And if he got you the wrong one, you still wouldn't be grateful?
I would be grateful.
See, this is what
No, I wouldn't be. Just don't get me anything.
I am mentally collapsing today. I cannot believe this is happening.
If you're, it's, okay, just say, okay, sports. JJ, you're a Twins fan. You hate the Cubs, right?
No, other way around. Regardless, doesn't matter.
Other way around.
Doesn't matter.
Okay, the team that you hate the
White
most.
Sox. If she got him a White Sox jersey.
A White Sox jersey.
Yep.
You would lose your
No, I wouldn't.
mind,
No, I wouldn't.
right?
I would say thank you. No. I would say thank you for
You're
thinking
so
of me.
crap.
I'd say thank you for thinking of me.
Jen, I told him last summer we went to Chicago and I told JJ I got tickets to the White Sox. Great seats. He was like, he hissed at me.
Yeah, but I wouldn't say if somebody did something nice for me, I still wouldn't say I hate it and get mad.
But you would wonder why they got you something that they know you don't like.
I wouldn't be ungrateful for it. I know that much.
Listen, I would never hate someone or get that mad at someone that I care about that would give me a gift. But there would be some serious side eye.
Yeah. Yep. Bombastic side eye.
You don't know me. You don't know me at all.
Yeah.
You know, I would think that it would be like a joke. It'd be like, ha, you're funny. You got me something that I don't like.
Yep.
I've been doing this show for over 18 years on this radio station, and this is the first time before 8 a.m. I felt like I needed a drink because I'm so mentally
Take a seat.
disturbed right now. Jen, have a great morning. I got to let you go.
Bye, Jen.
We'll get you a Starbucks gift card in a little bit. All right, hang on a second. Talked to Sydney a minute ago with some OPP, and to nutshell what's going on in her life.
He knows and has always
It's
known.
her husband, by the way.
I do not wear jewelry, like, at all. I don't wear a watch, nothing. And he got me these enormous, heavy earrings, and he is insisting that I wear them to work. And he is constantly like, they look so good on you, but they're like dragging my earlobe down and getting caught in my hair. I cannot. It's driving me crazy. I don't understand it.
And then he had the audacity to buy her some nice shirts and other things he went out of his way to buy for his lovely wife. And she, along with Kat, has a big problem with apparently being gifted something you don't absolutely want.
The effort is not lost on me. I think it's great when a guy can go and just out of the love of his heart go get stuff for his love. But why waste your money? Why waste your time getting something that she wouldn't want? Sit there in your car and think, what would really make her happy today? Is she a flower gal? Let's go get her an orchid. Every woman loves an orchid.
Molly says, I like it when my husband goes out and gets me things that he has to come up with on his own. It's fun to see what his taste is and what he thinks that I will like.
Okay. Well, Molly, think of how long you've been with him. This is her husband of several years, and he knows she's not into jewelry. And then he gets her jewelry. So the shirts, maybe he would say, this is what I think you would look great in. And that is a really big compliment. I think when guys buy clothing for girls, I think that that's a big compliment. But the jewelry, that's an acquired taste. Maybe you don't wear it like she didn't. I thought it was
Miranda says, I have a different theory. She's probably expressed an insecurity at some point recently, and he wants her to make her feel better. And he's doing it by buying things he thinks she would look good in.
Vicky says, tell him you don't like jewelry or suck it up. He knows she doesn't like jewelry, Vicky. That's the problem.
Maria, first thoughts when you heard the OPP here?
So my first thought was, maybe he likes to try to look at girls that have earrings, and he thinks that maybe he's trying to hint around that he would like her to wear jewelry without saying it and causing a big fight.
Do you have somebody in your life? Do you have a love interest, boyfriend, girlfriend?
I do.
Somebody? Okay. You ever looked at?
I do have a boyfriend.
Have you ever bought him something because you think he would look good in it?
Yes.
Okay. Did he specifically say, "I want that"?
No.
No. So you thought that way.
So I have bought him things that I thought he would like that he didn't like, and I wasn't offended by it.
Okay. What do you not like in life? Think of something you don't like.
I don't know. I feel like I would be grateful for anything. It's the thought that counts.
What about black licorice? No one would be grateful for black licorice, but he shows up with...
I would think that it was a joke if he bought me black licorice, like good and plenty.
Yeah. Yes. I would be like,
no.
Thanks. Thank you so much.
You're salt of the earth kind of person, Maria. You're grateful that somebody at least thought of you, and you're not going to poo-poo on the fact that they went out of their way to do something nice for you, right?
That's true.
Thank you.
Kari says, just be grateful. I get it, Kari. I am all about being grateful for somebody that thinks of you and gives you a gift, for sure.
But
there's a way to say it. Like, she shouldn't throw the earrings back at him and say, I hate jewelry. She should just say, I love the effort. This is so great, but I will never wear them. Let's go get me something that I would really like. I think it's okay to say that to people. I don't want someone to get a gift from me and they don't like it, and then they'll be like, what a waste of money.
Maria, hey, I appreciate your thoughts. Thank you so much for coming on the show. I got time for one more call here real quick. You can text us anytime. Hi, Sarah. How you feeling? Sarah?
Sarah.
Oh, hey, I'm back. I'm here.
Okay.
Sorry, didn't hear you.
Were we bothering you? I'm sorry. Is it Sarah with an H, by the way, or Sarah with an A?
An A.
Yeah. Hello, my name is
today.
Sarah.
Yep.
That's Sarah with the H.
Uh-oh.
Too bad if you don't like it, because haters gonna hate.
You have an H on your name today. Thoughts on this real quick?
Yeah. First thing I thought of was that it was suspicious.
You got a little sus. All right.
Yeah, it was a little suspicious. And
How so?
I'm
Like he's
with
cheating on
Kat.
her, so he's buying her nice things?
No, I just think that I'm with Kat on the effort piece. The effort is beautiful and great,
Yes.
and it's also okay to say, I mean, he should know, and then it might make her feel like he's not listening to her or being thoughtful of the things that he should know that she enjoys or likes.
Mm-hmm.
But she did say in the beginning of when she was talking about this that out of the blue, he just started buying her things, which is the suspicious part.
Sure.
And when, Kat had mentioned maybe he's, seeing another person dressing like this or wearing these things, and he's trying to maybe have her maybe be something she's not. I very much think of that as what's going on.
Hold on.
I watch a lot of Lifetime, so I think that's where my mind went. But
I just want to verify that both of you girls right now think it's suspicious for a man to out of the blue buy you something nice. That's what you're saying right now.
I didn't say that.
Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and just say yeah.
This is bananas. This is so silly.
But that makes me sad. That means your man doesn't buy you stuff randomly. Like Derek will bring home flowers randomly because I love flowers and he knows I love flowers. He would never come home with a pair of chandelier earrings because I would never wear them.
Because you don't like them.
That is
And
the
that's
point.
weird.
That's the point of you don't know me. That's the point I'm making. I'm not making the effort is lost on me. I love when men go this length.
You know every one of your man's likes and dislikes for the rest of his life?
I have been with him for 13 years, married, 17 years together. Yes, I know his likes and dislikes.
Every one of his likes.
You know what you can and cannot get, Trisha. And if you don't, then you're a dummy.
Sometimes you color outside the lines a little bit to see what else is out there.
No, you don't.
Yeah, sometimes.
It's a waste of time, money, and heartache.
Thank you, Sarah. I appreciate your call. This is bananas to me, guys.
Really weird.
Go ahead. Make your bed.
Shaneco Jewelry Company, you know them. They want to pay a person $1,000 to make their bed every single day for a month. And I love coming home to a made bed. I try to encourage Derek to do it every single day. Normally he does, but that is the first accomplishment of your day normally. And if you can make your bed, then you feel a whole lot better. So they're asking you to make it every single day for one glorious month. And the winner will be chosen on December 22nd. So you have to document yourself. Maybe take a picture of your bed. I would just take the picture of the same bed every single day.
There's still a human in it, man. I can't.
I know. Amazon announcing yesterday that Prime members can buy a discounted subscription to the One Medical Healthcare Services. It's $9 a month or $99 for the whole year. And that gets you unlimited access to 24/7 on-demand virtual care, which it's all well and good until every single time they're like, no, you need to go in and see your primary caregiver. Right. Every single time I'm like, I sent you a picture. I know it's swimmer's ear again. I know I have an ear infection. Just give me the good stuff. But this is also for common concerns like the flu, skin issues, colds, allergies, urinary tract infections, which is weird because you do have to pee in a cup for them to identify if you do have a UTI. And yeah, they're going to make it accessible for homebound people or people that just don't want to leave the house, I guess. This TikToker named Phoebe Parsons is blowing it up. She says that you can tell immediately if a woman is a millennial or a Gen Zer by looking at her feet.
Are their socks up or are they wearing hidden ankle socks? Because Gen Zs exclusively wear their socks up and millennials still wear ankle socks. I'm a millennial.
I'm a millennial too. I have hidden ankle socks right now. I love ankle socks, but my kid will hike his Nike socks up and then tuck his sweatpants into the Nike socks. It just kills Derek. Derek just can't even look at him.
What'd you do yesterday? Anything fun?
Went home, made some buffalo chicken salad. Liam had a friend over. They were crazy. They got into his Halloween candy. He doesn't even like candy.
Sugar rush.
He doesn't even like candy. They just sat downstairs and watched TV and ate candy on a random Wednesday.
Sounds like a good day.
They were bouncing off the walls. The kid lives 6 minutes away. The drive felt like a million years. I was like, oh my God. And then we got home and ate dinner and just kind of climbed into bed. It was one of those nights. It was so windy, but it smelled good and the sky was clear. What's that star next to the moon today?
Well,
because that looks beautiful. It looks like a lullaby.
I think that's Mars.
That's not Mars.
I think it actually is. It's either Mars or Venus. but it's not like the North Star or anything.
If someone can look up at the moon right now and tell us which
might be
star
Uranus,
because you can see Venus every night.
Yeah.
It's the orangey one. That's Venus.
This one might be Mars.
Okay, we'll find out.
Anyways.
Oh, it's Venus. It just moved.
Is it?
Yeah. It's brighter than normal. Interesting.
I noticed it this morning on the way in, too, that things seem a lot clearer and darker because there is no clouds.
It's
whatsoever.
due to the moon's reflection. God, I love space. I just sit outside and look at space all day.
Last week, someone lost an eye at bingo. Bingo!
Bingo what bingo? Bingo!
All right, phones are on hold. You can't call yet, but you get the goodies, and we get the bingo. It's Cat versus myself. Cat scenario. Looking for the first person to get through who
might feel like they have a little bit of an addiction to social media. This girl named Kate, she's 17 years old. She's sharing her story on social media and to the world. So girls her age know, and people her age know, that you can get help for your social media addiction.
I would just lay in the same position for like easily 6 hours, 7 hours straight. And afterwards, I just felt like such a zombie. They gave me the statistic that I was on track to spend 17 years of my life on my phone by the time I turned like 60 or 70. When I'm not constantly scrolling through social media, I feel like there's just like a huge weight off my shoulders.
I feel the same way, man. I purged a while ago and it feels better.
I think I scan in the morning, and then sometimes if I have some idle time throughout the day, like when I'm waiting in line to pick up Liam.
Sure.
And that's it. I don't look at it before bed anymore, just like how I don't look at the time on my phone throughout the night anymore. And it has helped exponentially. So looking for anyone listening who feels like they might have a social media addiction.
Okay, hang on a second. Mine is anyone listening who is doing for a career exactly what you planned on doing when you were in high school.
Okay.
I've noticed I have a slew of friends, old high school friends, who legitimately are doing what they thought they were going to go do when they were in high school. I have a friend who thought he was going to be a shrink, wanted to be a psychologist, ended up going to school, and then now he's a psychologist.
That is impressive. I look back, I had no thoughts in high school of what I wanted to be. How weird. I was living in the moment, you know.
My friend Paul wanted to be in finance, went out to San Francisco, got into finance. Boom. That's it.
Wow, Paul.
And it's very, very odd because I was a history major. And I really thought I was, at first, when I was in high school, I thought I was going to go into physical therapy. And then I was pre-law, and now I'm doing a dopey radio show. So I could never fit this. But you were in high school, and you told somebody, I'm going to be this, and you became it. Like, you actually did it. Everybody's road is really windy and different, but yours was straight ahead, and you went, and you got it, and you did it. So I get the bingo. If you're the first person through, and I take the phones off hold, who is doing exactly what you thought you were going to do when you were in high school. Kat gets the bingo if you're the first person through who
wants to admit, and it's okay, we don't have to use your real name, but you might have a social media addiction.
Lots going on Friday morning during the live show, including your chance to go to Mexico with us. We're going to have another reindeer race at 8:30 Friday morning. If you're here, you might be going to Mexico with us in February. Let's get you back into the podcast now. When we have like a staff meeting here, we always do a question first, or at least I like to do good news. You got to give us something. Like, we'll meet once a week, you know, everybody here at the radio station. Kat, give me some good news from the last week.
And then I'll give good news, and he'll make this sound.
Like, come on,
it's the worst.
Well,
yours is always the same. Yours is always the same.
My life is always the same every weekend.
So you can't make that noise.
I chase kids around doing their sporting events, and if I'm really, really lucky, I get to sit down with a glass of whiskey at my bar for 5 minutes by myself.
Yeah.
That's basically my
every
weekend.
Same thing.
And so we try to do this. Now, I have a friend who was telling me about this. His brother works for Boeing, you know, the airplane company, and they, to start their meetings, do something similar, but it's usually a little bit more kitschy. So I'm going to try and maybe adjust ours. But the one example he gave is that everybody gets 5 minutes, and everybody's got paper in front of them. This is how they start their meeting. So imagine we're working for Boeing, and we have to start our meeting today. Good morning. Real quick, look at either your left or your right hand, and imagine that each finger on your hand would expel an infinite amount of fluid. Which 5 fluids would you choose? I've got everybody commenting on our Facebook page about this.
Mm-hmm.
If you had to give me your 5, they would be in no particular order.
I'm not proud to say that I've thought of this question before. All right. So the pinky has the nitro cold press. Okay. Because it doesn't need any ice because it's so cold already. The next one is like a tart lemonade. I don't want any like sugar in it. I love just lemons and water. The next one is kombucha, nothing with ginger. The next one is a lemonade jalapeno fusion, which I got at Crispin Greens, and it was delectable.
Very cool.
And my thumb got some eggnog. So I can suck it to bed every night. Fill my belly up for the
I was really anticipating doing this on the show until you mentioned the eggnog, man.
Like, I came up with the answer too quickly because I have thought about that before.
Brian had texted in water, beer, whiskey, wine, diet rock star.
Oh, God.
Angie said water, gasoline, diet Coke, protein shakes, and soap. Soap?
What?
Didn't think about that one.
Liquid soap. Yuck.
Here were my 5.
I would forget. I'd have to label my knuckles.
I had Jameson. I had protein shakes on the other one.
Okay.
Beer on one. Like a pre-workout mix so that you didn't have to shake it yourself.
Mm-hmm.
And then my oldest son is a type 1 diabetic, so I put insulin because it's like the second or third most expensive fluid on the planet.
So you just have him
And
suck your
so,
finger?
well, I would or just empty it into whatever.
Vial?
His pump or whatever the deal is. But I thought this would be really, really interesting, and I threw it up on our Facebook page, and a lot of really cool yet different answers, like milk, OJ, chocolate milk, Mountain Dew, water. Mountain Dew is on almost everybody's here. Water, Sprite, cranberry juice, apple juice, grape Kool-Aid.
I have a grown man friend that still drinks the strawberry Nesquik, like the Yoo-hoo.
It is great.
Oh, my God.
You don't like strawberry
Gross.
ice-cold Nesquik?
Gross. But he also uses it to make pancakes instead of regular milk. He'll put that in.
Crystal, you're after my heart. She said water, wine, Truly, pickle juice, and espresso.
Oh, my God. She's got a deficiency. All
Julie,
the pickle juice people.
Gasoline, water, coffee, mouthwash, energy drink.
Okay.
A lot of people are going with mouthwash as well. But if your each finger, expelled a limitless amount of fluid, what would you have? I would say the most disgusting answer so far is Kat sucking all of the eggnog out of her thumb. When you were growing up, did you guys have a yardstick in the house?
We did not.
You didn't?
No.
We had several.
For what? For hitting?
Measuring, threatening your children, I guess. But I don't know. I ran across this the other day online, this discussion about why don't people have yardsticks in their house anymore? I distinctly remember the yellow yardstick that we had in our laundry room right next to the washing machine. Now,
literally for beating kids.
No.
Oh, my God. Speaking of that, my sister lives in that, 150-year-old house. She finds, and it was almost camouflaged into a downstairs beam that is holding up the entire house. And it's a huge butt paddle. And you wouldn't notice it. You walk by, it's the same color as the beam.
They had a spanking stick down there.
Yeah. It's I'll see you in the cellar.
Wow.
How many do you deserve?
I never got
I was oh my God.
with the yardstick, but we had a yellow one, and it was from the Coast to Coast, which was like a all-around hardware store in the little town I grew up in. I remember the one that my grandmother had, and I was just curious if you're listening and you remember Mom and Dad having a yardstick in the house. Now, most people don't know what it is. And if you're, under 20, a yardstick is, 3 rulers.
Yeah.
Basically put together. And nobody really knows why we had them in our homes. A couple of the theories that popped in on this online thread. Number one, you had to get something out from underneath the fridge.
Okay.
Right? You scooped it out. And then the other one was, it was for sewing and measuring out material in 3-foot lengths.
Yeah.
Because people used to do so much more making of goods. Like your grandma probably sewed some stuff, whether it was clothes or drapes or, something for furniture, whatever the deal was.
How far we've all fallen. Men don't whittle anything out of wood. I don't I know how to sew. If I had to save my child's life and sew something,
I could do that.
I could not.
You couldn't thread a needle and get a sewing machine started?
No.
No, really?
I could not. I found a gem of a woman, and I'm not going to say where she works because I don't want her to get too busy, but I bring her stuff and it's done in like 5 minutes, like to have that skill. And then she charges next to nothing.
Yeah.
And I'm like, this woman is incredible.
My mother-in-law's the same way. You need something fixed?
Wow.
She'll whip it together
What
in a
a
heartbeat.
skill.
Hey, Lisa, can you sew up this leather jacket? Yeah, no problem. What color's thread do you want? I mean, she's so good about it. But if you remember growing up in a household that had a yardstick, legitimately the odds are that you don't have one in your home. But what did you guys use it for? Man, I hope it wasn't whooping on a kid. What would be the price? What would your salary requirement be to be a sewer inspector? Like, you'd have to go down in the tunnels every single day and make sure those sewer lines are okay.
Yeah, I think definitely 6 figures because you're exposing yourself to things that are not normal for
Like
a human
poops?
body. Yeah, people's DNA and other things are down there. My friend Alicia's husband went from collecting the roadkill for animal control. When she first met him, she's like, oh, go ahead. That's fine. You got a job. And then he moved to sewage worker, and now he's sewage inspector. She thought he was going to spend more time in the office because you're the inspector. But he's like, no, I got to be down there with my crew. So just pooping it up.
Dan, you got a gross job?
Yeah, so I don't have a gross job, but my dad's friend always talked about being the Roto-Rooter man.
Okay, yeah.
Well, him and a team of guys, back when there was a huge riot in this prison, they had to go inside the prison and clean out the toilets in the cells. And they were protesting, so they were putting everything in there. Like their blood, puke, wadded up toilet paper.
Mattress covers, everything, I suppose, huh?
Yeah.
Gross.
So
gross.
I always remember him telling that story like it was a horror story.
I know that we've had plumbers on before where they're like, we just want women to get it through their heads. Don't flush your tampons. And it's like, I'm not going to put it in my trash.
Yeah.
I can't imagine being called for the emergency riot. You got to clean out the toilet situation. I'm taking a sick day on that one. I'm sorry.
You can't leave your crew hanging like that.
I don't care. I don't care about anybody enough where I'm going into the prison during a riot to clean out the toilets.
Sometimes you just got to go in there.
Right. Because he was saying how they were, like, swapping sides. So, like, he had a whole side of prisoners just, like, threatening him and, like, cussing him out the whole time he was doing his job. And then they would switch sides, and then they would do another side.
All you're trying to do is snake out that toilet, and you are in the mix right there.
Yeah.
Just hoping one of those guys doesn't get out soon and find out where you were. And then you put on, like, the competing company's jacket, like, because you don't want them to know you're working for Roto-Rooter, like you're working for someone else. All right. Good stuff. Thanks, Dan. Have a good morning, bud.
The Playhouse Podcast is made possible thanks to Bradshaw and Bryan Law Offices. Catch the live show weekdays from 5:30 to 9 on 104.7 KCLD. Now, share this with a friend.